Y'all heard some? They don't want that free blues. Sheesh. Yo, welcome back to Free Blues Boxing. Hit the subscribe and like button for unlimited content. You know what it is. We are back. Devin the Dream Haney defends his WBC belt just this last Saturday. It was a good one against Yorkers Gamboa. It was a great fight. It was great for boxing. Devin went in there and he did what he was supposed to do. He outboxed the veteran. He put the paws on him. This was exactly what I had expected, a just complete dominant performance. I knew that there was nothing that Gamboa can bring to the table that Devin just hasn't seen before in his career. Just like Devin said, Yorkers Gamboa is a crafty veteran, and he did what he had to do to survive. Devin just completely outbunched him, outboxed him, outsmarted him. Clearly, he had the most confidence in the ring. He demonstrated a high boxing IQ, and he was just very composed. Now, in Devin's style, in his technique, he fights just like Floyd. When he's using the Mayweather shell defense, it's hard for the opponents to actually touch him. I mean, at the young age of 21, Devin understands the name of the game, which is to hit and not get hit. And that's what he used as bragging rights when him and Tank got into the feud. He had posted a video on Twitter of Tank taking a couple punches from Gamboa when they had fought previously. Tank responded with a picture of him knocking out Gamboa with Gamboa on the canvas. He also stated that in his pay-per-view bout against Leo Santa Cruz, he made more money than all the other lightweights put together, including Devin, Loma, and Ryan Garcia. Floyd, and that's when it comes back down to Floyd. Floyd has tainted the game so much that the young fighters, they have to talk about not only being the best in the ring, but how much money they make in contracts and after fights. The biggest flex is who brings home the biggest purse, who secures the biggest bag, who's got the biggest bag in the room. Going into this fight, Devin wanted to dominate Gamboa in spectacular fashion. He knew that Gamboa has been up against Terrence Crawford and Tank Davis, so he wanted to show the world that basically Gamboa hasn't fought a fighter like him. Now, Devin has the option of making an argument that he lost less rounds. I mean, a couple of the judges had scored it, Devin winning all 12 rounds. This is why Devin might be the most talented in the division. He's not a gambler. He doesn't go for the knockout. He's simply looking to outsmart his opponent. He's the most composed young fighter, and you don't really see that too much, especially at the young age of 21. And Tank, he has tainted the game as well. The boxing fans, they're like, if you don't get the knockout, then you're not as dominant or you have a boring performance. Devin must stay responsible. He cannot buy into that hype. I noticed Devin start to gamble a little bit more at the end of the rounds, 11 and 12, just by getting into his face, by trying to put his head into Gamboa's chest and trying to punch wide and dig into the body. On the other hand, I was highly irritated that Gamboa was just grabbing Devin the whole fight. And I was sick of the ref for not taking a point from Gamboa. He waited till the 11th round after Gamboa had grabbed Devin Haney like 1,000 times, 1,000 different times. Honestly, if Gamboa wasn't grabbing so much, if he actually was playing defense or throwing more punches, I think Devin Haney would have got him out of there earlier. But Devin scored him unanimous decision. Like I said, it was a blowout. Devin Haney's dad, Bill Haney, an excellent trainer, by the way. When Devin would go back to the corner for a minute between the rounds, he would encourage Devin, well, specifically round 10, he encouraged Devin to keep whooping Gamboa's ASS. The reporters were like, we apologize for Bill Haney's profanity. I mean, it's a violent sport. Sometimes trainers got to use vulgar language to get their point across to their fighters. It's just the fact that it was caught on live national television. What separates Devin is he really understands boxing. He understands the art of the jab. My argument, he has the best jab, all weight classes, all boxing, period. If you don't know boxing, the jab is the most important punch. Devin Haney knows how to use that jab. He knows how to use that stick. He's great at keeping the distance. He's great at distracting with the jab. He knows how to pop the jab. He's got the quickest jab. That's what puts him at an advantage against these other guys. All I was thinking is Gamboa has terrible jab. He has terrible defense. He has terrible stamina. Devin Haney's just going to pick this man apart. I mean, Dev really showed a high boxing IQ. He knows to invest into the body early. He used his jab as part of the invest into the body early. He did get some good body shots early on. Dev was real tactical. That's how he was able to eventually set up the shots up top The right hand was money all night. Straight to the body, over the hand, right hook. It was just beautiful. Now there's a video surfacing where Coach Calvin, Tank's trainer, said that Gamboa was fat. He's basically out of shape. I mean, if you do look at Gamboa's stomach, he do look like he's got a beer belly, but I don't know. Give the man a break. You know what I mean? He turns 39 in December, so maybe that's just, how his body is. That's just what his build looks like right now. I seen him train. It did look like he trained hard for the fight. I mean, you're facing two of the most skilled lightweights from Tank. We went from Tank to Devin Haney for the next fight. I mean, he did his best. I mean, he's a former 2-title holder. He had a great career. He literally fought everybody. He fought the best. Now it's time to hang it up. But back to Devin, just like he said in the post-fight, this was just a stepping stone. He was a crafty veteran, and he wants all the big fights. Now, Ryan Garcia, assuming he beats Luke Campbell, he will be Devin Haney's mandatory for the WBC. That's my estimation. That'll be the biggest lightweight fight up to date. Hopefully, I don't think they're going to do it. It's going to be on DAZN. They fight on the same network. I'm sure Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya will sit down and make that happen. It's part of branding. If they keep winning, they have to fight the top guys with the belts. And that will be Devin Haney with the WBC. That will be Tank Davis with the WBA. And that'll be Teofimo over there. They call him the Undisputed with his franchise belts and the IBF, WBO. The lightweight division just couldn't be more lit. The boxing fans are demanding these lightweights to just hurry up and fight. Unfortunately, this isn't basketball or football where it's one ring or it's one championship. It's boxing. Got to put all the belts together and fight for the real undisputed champion. Now, after Devin beat Gamboa, Tio called out Devin and said, "Stop fighting D-class fighters." That's D as in dog for D-class, not A, B, or C. That's how it is. It's all part of the process. You have to work your way up. You have to fight the gatekeepers of the division. Luke Campbell is a gatekeeper as well. That's why Ryan is fighting him. Luke Campbell had lost to Lomachenko. But, the young division of boxing, the younger boxers are about to take over. It's just an exciting time. In the fight, Gamboa was just so frustrated that he just couldn't touch Haney. He had to rough him up. He had to, even the illegal punch to the back of the head, he wasn't supposed to do. That was in like the 4th round. It was just a display of superior boxing skills versus weaker. I mean, it wasn't rocket science. Now, don't forget, Devin did have his shoulder injury, and he blew this man out, this man Gamboa, in all 12 rounds. You could argue that his inside fight wasn't, really on point, but he still looked spectacular 95% of the fight. Congratulations, Dev. Sky's the limit. Yo, this is Free Blues Boxing. Sheeshhhh. Hit the subscribe, like, and the notification bell for limited boxing content. Don't want that knowledge, wisdom, and experience. You know what it is. I'm posting a couple videos each week. Until next time, peace out.